My name is Jennifer Burke, and I would like to share with you my capstone research. Today's students will have to successfully navigate a wide range of formats and text in order to compete for education and jobs for students from all over the world. The emerging ebook business is more about delivery than format, and the quantity of electronic books available for children is still relatively limited. Practical research could yield insights into the best ways to further incorporate ebooks into classroom instruction and could help media specialists make purchasing decisions as the result of this research are disseminated. Current electronic book formats are largely digitized books whose copyright has expired, but also includes books that are downloadable or available for iPad, Nook, Kindle on CD-ROM, and include narration, animation, glossaries, music, sometimes games. The research questions I needed to explore is, are students more motivated to read electronic books than print books? And how does reading ebooks affect elementary student reading, comprehension, and vocabulary? If it can be demonstrated through action research, specifically how ebooks impact learning, increase student motivation, and encourage reading for pleasure, additional expenditures can be justified to add to an ebook collection and ensure books are being purchased that incorporate the features that are most effective for learning and provide topical coverage in depth to support the curriculum. The definition of ebooks varied greatly between research studies. Most research has used electronic books created specifically for their study. This variety in format can lead to disparity of access when students lacking e-reading devices or internet access cannot read the same e-text as classmates or students at other schools. Researchers found significant improvement in story understanding after 4 encounters with multimedia books. In particular, vocabulary increased, as did children's understanding of implied story elements. However, children with more improved language skills did not benefit from repeated exposure to multimedia text. Most studies to date have focused primarily on children's early reading ability, particularly kindergartners and first-grade children. My research study was conducted at an inner-city public school with Title I enrollment. The school has a number of English language learning students and struggling readers and serves a significant homeless population. The students involved were 4th graders, selected from all 4 4th-grade homerooms. The 4th grade of this school is 95% African American, and about 2/3 of the 4th grade are boys. The study participants were selected from among 74 4th grade students. 11 boys and 6 girls consented to participate, representing about 23% of the total 4th grade enrollment. 1 participant was white, 3 are English language learners, and 16 were African American. I purposefully divided the students into 2 groups, control and intervention, with a mixture of boys and girls that roughly approximates the gender makeup of 4th grade. Students met individually 3 times with the researcher over 4 weeks after lunch every day. For this study, it was important to use a book that's commonly found in school and public libraries because these books have the widest availability to children and families. Students participating in this study read 1 picture book, Crab Moon by Ruth Horowitz. Students in the control group individually read the print book, while students in the intervention group read the same text using Tumble Books, electronic books. This book was selected because it's readily available, well-reviewed children's picture book available in both print and electronic formats at no additional cost. The book was written for an audience in 2nd through 5th grade, reading at the mid-4th grade level, and includes scientifically accurate informational vocabulary that's appropriately challenging for 4th grade students. The illustrations of the 2 texts were considerably different, and the Tumble Books version included animation and a read-aloud option. Students reading the print text made themselves comfortable and pored over the pages, studying both text and illustrations, but the students reading the ebooks all used the read-aloud function of Tumble Books. 2 sample independent t-tests, assuming equal variances, were then conducted on student scores for motivation, comprehension, and vocabulary to compare results of pre- and post tests between the control and intervention groups. The mean motivation score of students who read the interactive ebook was 0.791 compared with the mean motivation score of students who read the print book. The independent sample t-test indicated there was no significant difference between the two reading interventions in terms of motivation. Scores on comprehension post-tests were compared using an independent sample t-test for students receiving the intervention, reading the electronic book, and students reading the same book in print format. The mean reading comprehension score for 9 students who read the interactive ebook was 4.33, compared with the mean reading comprehension score for the 7 students who read the print book of 3.71. Results indicate, again, that there is no significant difference between the two reading interventions in terms of reading comprehension. Vocabulary knowledge of the 16 students was compared before and after the reading intervention. Test scores of both groups of students, intervention and control, were then compared for significant differences using an independent sample t-test with equal variance. The mean vocabulary score of students who read the interactive ebook was 5.66, compared with the mean vocabulary score of students who read the print book, 6.29. The independent sample t-test indicated there is no significant difference between the two reading interventions on vocabulary comprehension. Motivation scores actually decreased among the ebook readers. There was no significant difference noted between ebooks and print books regarding motivation. Although the mean comprehension scores increased, there was no significant difference observed when ebook readers were compared with print readers. The mean comprehension increased significantly among students reading the ebooks, even though there was no difference between the two groups. These results suggest that using the ebook may contribute to improved comprehension. For whatever reason, mean vocabulary scores decreased for all readers. There is no significant difference between ebook versus print book readers. The validity of this research was limited by several circumstances. We had an extremely small sample we worked with. The books selected may not have interested the students. Students were not comfortable with ebook use or may have felt tethered to the computers since they had to read them at the desktop computers. Electronic books may have the greatest effect in improving reading skills for younger children, but have less benefit for older students. Additionally, media and format may have an effect on reading motivation. This study required students to read the electronic book using a desktop computer, and reading motivation may be higher for students using tablet computers. Further research should be conducted. The purpose of the research study was to try and determine whether reading electronic books has an effect on student motivation to read as well as comprehension. To answer the first research question, are students more motivated to read electronic books than print books? Data analysis indicated that these 4th grade students were not more motivated to read by using electronic books. Anecdotally, the 4th grade students actually seemed less motivated to read ebooks on the computer. Although reading comprehension and vocabulary scores improved following reading, the data did not indicate that improved comprehension was the result of using the ebook. Conducting research into electronic books and children's reading habits was very interesting to me. As a librarian, I want to be able to encourage a love of reading among my students. I also need to be able to allocate resources where they'll have the most effect. Although I believe that ebooks offer real promise for struggling readers, young children, and English language learners, I really think that they are more likely to be chosen by children who already love reading. I believe more research is needed to learn more about the effectiveness of electronic books in older students. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my capstone research with you.